Hi viewers, you welcome back. This is Speaker with AJ on Cleveland TV in Diaspora. This afternoon we're going to have a special discussion with our special guest this afternoon by name Dr. Fikelepi Jackson. So Fikelepi Jackson is a humanitarian activist. I'll be giving her the opportunity to introduce herself properly. So for my viewers out there, I will advise you to log on to Cleveland TV in Diaspora to be able to have access to this conversation live. So you're welcome to the program. My name is AJ Obam, your anchor to this program. So Dr. Fikelepi Jackson, you're welcome to Cleveland TV.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much for the privilege and for welcoming me here. And thank you to every viewer who's tuning in now or who will tune in later. It's a great privilege and an honor to be right here on Cleveland Diaspora TV.
You're welcome, Doctor. I know you are a humanitarian activist and you've been involved in several community activities that empowers humanity. Well, I'm going to be giving you the opportunity to really digress and express yourself. Who is Dr. Fikelepi Jackson? Can you please tell our audience who you are?
Wow. Dr. Fikelepi Jackson is one person who found her purpose through pain. I am a philanthropist. I am a mentor. I have a mentorship program where I mentor women from all walks of lives. But most importantly, in 10 years ago, I gave birth to an organization called Against All Odds Still Standing Charity. This was following the book that I've authored called Against All Odds, I Survived. So Fikelepi Jackson wears so many hats. I am also a broadcaster. I have my show called The Untold Stories. Watch this space, Cleveland TV, just putting it out there. But I'm also a mother of 7. I'm happily married to a great man I know here on earth, as I never met my father. Prior to this, I didn't know what fatherhood was, but through my husband over the 30 years, I've seen that. So yes, I am happily married. But in the community, I really decided that when my daughter passed away at the age of 22 through an accident, I realized that all she had was 22 years. From then on, every day matters to me. As I wake up today, I'm saying good morning, good afternoon to everyone out there. This is Dr. Fikelepi Jackson. I'm also an ordained evangelist. So I go all over the world sharing the good news. But today, that's not the hat I'm wearing. Today, I'm wearing the hat of a humanitarian.
Thank you, Dr. Jackson. And once again, welcome to Cleveland TV in Diaspora. Our business here is to highlight Africans like you who are doing great jobs in the community and celebrate you so that others can see you as their role model and pick up the pieces from where they are. So that is it. And I want to look at from the point of your expression. You said your inspiration came from pen to limelight where you are at this moment. You see, when we talk about pen, what do you mean by that? Because people are going through a lot. So your experience might be different from someone else's experience. So what is your own definition of pain at this point?
Well, the thing is, the thing called pain, it knows no bounds. It can affect the poor, the rich, or the young and the old. So sadly, my odds began from a very tender age. I mean, my father was killed during apartheid. He was part of the fighting for freedom. So as I grew up, already I was only a child, but I felt rejected. I didn't know why things were the way how they were. So my pain was already there. So my school was under the tree. There was no adequate building for me to school in. all I remember is going to school day in, day out, barefooted. So when you're talking about pain, it was painful because my grandmother would shush me up to school. And then when I get to school, I'm faced with all these little girls and boys who've got their mother and father. Me, I have pain. You understand? So as the war broke up in Zimbabwe, I decided when my grandmother told me, I asked, why is my mother not here? Why do I only see her quarterly? Because I felt following my father's passing, I was the seventh child from my father. So my mother took all my siblings with her to the big city and left me with my grandmother. But I was only little, I didn't understand. From where I'm standing, I felt I was less important than all the other children. So that's the pain right there. So I am growing up, the pain is growing even bigger and bigger when I realize my father has died for this thing called freedom. So what am I gonna do about it? How old am I? And at that point, I became a chair lady of a political party in my village. And together we started terrorizing. We didn't know how to fight, but we were vandalizing. We were making our voice known in different angles. So from the village straight to war. After the war, I'm just really trying to fast track for you so I help you, those who are watching and listening. As I come back from war, I realized that I still have a hunger to go to school. How do I do it? My mother could not afford to take me to school. So if I just rewind a little bit, it's a miracle that I made it through the war. And then my parents, my mother, the surviving parent, and my grandmother was still alive. So were my siblings. But remember, I'm still that little girl who's detached, who's full of pain and full of lots of questions. And that brought me to be in a position of vulnerable. And as a result, this is where I met the father of my children. The rest is history. So the season of pain prolonged, it continues as I then discover that the father of my children, he himself, now I realize, because for many years I hated on him, but I realized that our men need help. Did he have a role model? Did he know how to treat anybody? Me, I did not. Don't ask me. It was very, very difficult time for me because in that season, I experienced domestic violence at its peak. So now I look back, I realize that he needed help himself, which is part of our work here at Against All Odds Still Standing. We are not here to judge anyone, but we are here to say, listen, love does not hurt. So it is that season of pain. Through that season, I had 3 children outside wedlock. I'm fast tracking all these things I'm saying is in my book. Anyone listening, if you want to know more, you can download it. It's on Amazon. Against All Odds, I Survived by Fikele P. Jackson. So where do I go? I am rescued from this pain by my family when they realize that, oh my God, she's going to die. Because at this minute, I have turned into a size 0. So I am one, how do I leave the children? So, but then something happened and someone woke me up. It was a doctor who said, why are you in this situation? Why don't you leave? Because people often think, when you think about domestic violence, they think, well, why don't the women leave or why don't the men leave? It's not as straightforward as that. My thing was, well, what about my children? And the doctor looked at me and said, you just survived and we just operated on your brain. And now you are still thinking you will die and what will happen to your children? The penny dropped that, oh my God, yes. Oh my God, what will happen to, I couldn't bear the thing of anything happening to them. So that season of pain, then I am removed from my children. You know, this interview is so very strange because tomorrow is Mothering Day. There are mothers out there who are grieving. There are mothers out there who are removed from their children. There are mothers there who come through a season of pain like how I have. But I'm thankful to God that all went well. The story is ending in the sense that I am able to go back to those who are going through a season of pain and say, look, against all odds, you too can survive. So, can survive, I beg your pardon. As I came out of a season of pain, one thing people must realize is that even if you remove the victim from the situation, it's not the end, it's only the beginning, because the nightmares continue. You understand? Because remember, the womanhood has already been eroded. You are no longer, you don't feel like you are a person who exists. So can you imagine picking up those odds, picking up, accepting that, look, it's okay, it has happened to you, but you can start all over again. At that point, when it got all worse, I became suicidal. So against all odds, I came to the point that I thought, well, look, whoever made me must be so embarrassed themselves, because it's a disgrace. That's what I was called back then. It was like, you've got so much shame. Look at you. You are ugly. You never amount to anything. So all these things around me were so overwhelming that I thought, well, the only way was to take my own life. You understand? But before I did that, I called out to the men upstairs. I said, look, if it's true what I've heard about you, that you made me for a reason, I want to know this reason urgently, because if I don't, it's over now. Let's end this. So that's in a nutshell the pain. So I hope that I know some people this morning might say, well, I hit my foot yesterday, I'm in pain. Listen, at least you can put antiseptic and put a bandage around it. But the scars that are deep within, it's pain that, because no one sees it, you see, and it's very deep.
That's it. That's a very long description of pain. Yes, we oftentimes in Africa, our women go through a lot of pain, untold pain that are not spoken of, just like the one you are narrating now. Very unfortunate. In some instances, we don't have the platform where these women can actually express themselves and be able to communicate this pain to others, for people to know that this kind of pain does exist. It is real. But thank God today for people like you, and also some of us who are trying to let people's voice be heard out there. That's what we're doing on Speak Out at this point. That people should know that there is pain out there, that our people are going through pain, our women more especially, are going through untold pain that are not spoken. And on this kind of platform, we actually want to give people the room to provide that needed social advocacy, to educate the people out there, to create that awareness that is needed for people to be able to heal. Because when people know that there are people who have gone through pain just like you, and they came out from it, and the pain brought out the best in them, they will be able to tell themselves, look, if someone like you can go through this kind of pain, I too can survive. So that becomes a success story, and you become the role model people and women out there can look up to. Very interesting. I also realized that from your words that you've written a book, Against All Odds, I Survived. Now, I believe at this point with your explanation, what led to this book, you creating this work is based on your experience. It's
That's
based on
right.
your experience. And not just that experience, also your connection with divinity, because you just told me you are an evangelist, you preach the gospel. So there is a connection between your experience and divinity. So you have a better space to actually relate to people what you've gone through and how God helped you to arrive at that stage. So in my opinion, I would just summarize that God is your inspiration is the inspiration behind your book, your work. Against all odds, I survived. A very remarkable adventure. Okay, that being said, I can recall that there was a flooding in Malawi, serious flooding in Malawi. how were people coping, or how did they cope?
This is the latest thing that is happening to our beloved Malawi. I want to appeal to everyone in the diaspora under the sound of my voice, bearing in mind this is the country that is labeled as one of the poorest countries. Our journey with Malawi started back in 10 years ago, where I discovered that girl child was in a deep, serious troubles. You know, she couldn't go to school because as she becomes a teenager, she's groomed to, she's taken away on an initiation to marry uh, um, somebody, whether that somebody usually is somebody elder than her. So I am talking about a nation that has come a long way. It is a great nation. The resources that are in that nation, my brother and the world listening to me, they have this best rice, they have the best maize, they have the best tea, that I can go on about the greatness that is in that country. But this label and this happening now, the flooding only happened recently. I'm told it's Storm Freddy. I'm not sure. I stand corrected with the name. So the same places where we have been to Chikwawa, this is a mountainous area. We have a school there called Babwali Secondary School. So my heart is bleeding, but because the people there, they are not only homeless, they have no food, no clothing. And then, of course, there is Blantyre. I am told that people, as we speak now, this is like, it's not like something that's past, it's happening now. These people are all gathered, some of them. This one of the locations is called Bankwe School. In this Bankwe school, these people are gathered, they need food, they need clothing, they need all sorts. But we are thanking God for against all odds still standing, because if someone is listening to me now and think, well, Dr. Fikelepi, we want to help. Listen, on the 22nd of April, when we are having our gala dinner, it's our 10th anniversary. We call it Dare to Dream, Dare to Fly Against All Odds 10th anniversary. We have partnered with a shipping company. It's called Amopi Shipping. Funny enough, the founder of Amopi went to school in Bankwe Primary School. That has become a refuge for the people who've lost everything. So he's going to bring containers. He's done this before for us, where he brought the containers for us to collect uniforms and school shoes during our gala dinner. So for those people who are coming to our gala dinner, please, your children's clothing that is brand new, that they've outgrown, we are looking for blankets, we are looking for clothing, and all those things. They will be put straight into the container. Amopi Shipping will take it straight to Malawi. So that's our action number one to the flooding. The second one is we are proposing that at least 20 pounds each person could go a long way. But then that 20 pounds shouldn't be like, oh, it's a lot of money, I can't afford it. Even if it's 5 pounds, even if it's $2, it doesn't matter. You know, every little helps. But we have said at least if we are able, say we have 100 people who do 20 pounds, that is going to go a long way. In Malawi, they eat in Sima. So this is like the staple food. They can be able to get the beans, and for quite some time, we're hoping to buy things in bulk, so that whilst they are sorting out to ravage what is left from the storm, but at least they are not going hungry, they are clothed. And there's some companies that do tents. If you are watching us and you are listening, by all means, donate the tents. For those who are abroad, you are in the US or you are in Spain, you are thinking, well, I'm not coming to your gala dinner, what can I do? By all means, you can do Western Union. Against All Odds is an organization that is registered with the Charity Commission. It's got its own account and everything is dealt. You can check us out if you want to. It's all good. So that's my take to the flood and the response to the floods. Let's remember Mozambique too. Mozambique is, though it's not one of the countries we are in, but please remember them in your prayers. Remember them. If you are coming from there, try and help out.
Okay, thank you, Doctor. You heard that, viewers, but that's aid for Malawi in respect to the flood that ravaged lives and properties in the country of Malawi. We know that Malawi is just a small, unique country, and financially, economically, is not that buoyant, and we need the support of other neighboring countries, um, other countries in Africa per se, or anywhere around the world, to aid people who are suffering from the aftermath of that very flood. Okay, that is, by the way, this at this point, I would like us to go for a break, and when we return, we'll be able to continue this discussion. It's still Speak Out with AJ on Cleveland TV Diaspora.
Thank
So
you.
let's go. Thank you.
Clevenard in Diaspora Television is an internet online TV service. What sets us apart is a unique combination of hit African content, first and exclusive international free movies, series, musics, news, events, documentaries, tourism, teleshopping shows, youth TV programs, and live interviews. Clevenard Diaspora Television is available throughout sub-Saharan Africa and to the diaspora markets worldwide. Take your entertainment with you wherever you go. Watch on your smartphone, tablet, laptop, smart TV, depending on your device. Watch free movies with Clevenard Movies Television. Stop searching for free movies websites and watch Clevenard Movies Television. Watch your favorite African shows anywhere at any time. Don't forget to check out our top 5 TV channels created to get you informed. TV1, Clevenard in Diaspora Television. TV2, Clevenard Youth Television. TV3, Clevenard Movies Television. TV4, Clevenard Teleshopping Television. TV5, Clevenard Tourism Television. To start watching, sign up at www.clevenard.com and follow the easy steps. Once you're done, log into the Clevenard website or app on your device, click on any one of our 5 TV channels, and hit play. We will be very satisfied and happy to welcome you to our team as one of our new business partners. Contact info@clevenard.com +34 631 279811. Website www.clevenard.com. Clevenard in Diaspora Television is an internet online TV service. What sets us apart is a unique combination of hit African content, first and exclusive international free movies, series, musics, news, events, documentaries, tourism, teleshopping shows, youth TV programs, and live interviews. Clevenard Diaspora Television is available through...
Okay, viewers, you're welcome back. This is AJ with you on Speak Out on Cleveland TV Diaspora. We have Dr. Fikelabi Jackson on the platform today. Fikelabi Jackson is a humanitarian activist from Malawi, and she's been doing great and wonderful work out there for the people of Malawi and, of course, others across the world. She's a minister of the gospel, and she's been traveling around the world preaching the good news and also engaging in humanitarian activities. So today she's here. She's been taking us through on her journey so far. Welcome back, Doctor.
Thank you. Just to correct you. So my mother is South African. She's a Zulu girl. She's a Kumalo. And my dad was from Zimbabwe. So it's those two nations that I'm from. So yeah, but Malawi happened to be the first nation that invited us to come and do the work. Yeah, so I'll just let you know that.
Okay, that's very correct. It's all right. Okay, that's noted because everything points to Malawi at this moment. That's why. But that's noted. At this point, I would like us to talk about the program that is coming up, the Gala night proper. I know You have that is called OAOS 10th Anniversary Gala Dinner and Dance 2023. Now, the point is, what is your takeaway? What will be your takeaway from this very occasion, this anniversary? You place so much emphasis on this gala night. So, what will be your takeaway?
Wow, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Here's our flyer. Okay, so the gala dinner started over 10 years ago. We name it Dare to Dream, Dare to Fly against all odds gala dinner and dance. But in this case, the 10th gala dinner and dance. Now, the countries that we're working in is number one, United Kingdom, Zambia, Malawi, Zimbabwe, South Africa in court. We just only went there last year, so things are cooking. We'll come back and tell everyone here. Uganda is coming cooking, but we'll come back. But at least officially, it's 4 countries. Having said that, we've been to Nigeria, we've been to Lagos, we're about to go to Ghana. Now, what happens at the gala dinner is that we have all the 4 countries represented. I mean, when we first started, we used to have guest speakers from all over, but now we realize that because the heads of the countries for us, it's better for people to hear from the horse's mouth. So we are very blessed that the Malawi one will be there in person. The one from Zambia will be there remotely, and the same applies to the Zimbabwe, and the UK will be represented in person. So on this gala dinner, this is where a Dare to Dream, Dare to Fly is our opportunity to report back to our sponsors, our followers, what we've been up to throughout the year. Because when someone has given you $1, they want to at least know where the dollar has gone. So we bring back the report. But one of the major things that we do in all the 4 countries is that our beneficiaries are not far away from us. We visit them once a year, except through during COVID. So during COVID, we couldn't do this. So what happens is that we always take 1 or 2 of our sponsors. Sometimes we travel 10 of us, but in this case, we traveled in 2022. Our mission to Africa was with a lady called Minister Joy Kapesa Domani. She saw firsthand. In fact, she cried. She calls me mom. She said, Mom, you never told us, because then she was able to meet the women she has sponsored, the students, to see what the work that is being done. Some women who used to be prostitutes, now they run their own businesses, especially in Zambia. She couldn't believe that. So she is one of our speakers. She's going to be reporting back. So the third thing, apart from reporting back, is our opportunity at the gala dinner to tell our followers and our sponsors what the forecast is, what we intend to do. So this year, the big thing is the school that we're building in Malawi. So at the gala dinner, you're going to hear a lot about that. But most importantly, people will be able to have fun. Come dressed in your regalas. The tuxedos must come out. There's a red carpet. It's a black tie event. If you want to wear your African, please come out in full splendor. And we are looking forward to a great night. Now, the good news is that parking is free. You understand? For those who are thinking, oh my God, will I park my car? It's really, really, it's outer London. Also, you will have a free course meal. Oh my God, you will have entertainment and you will have fun. But the fourth thing that we do, we give an opportunity to our sponsors. We have an exhibition stands. So they bring their products and services. They have a table. So we give them a minute or 2 to pitch and say, this is who I am. I'm an AOS sponsor. And they have an opportunity to expand their businesses and take new territories. So that's what the gala dinner is about. Dare to dream, dare to fly against all odds. Come and join us. It's the 22nd of April. The doors open at 5. Come at 4:30 so you can be part of the photo shoot and the doors open at 7 for the official program. We are having this year, our deputy mayor is coming, and our MP, with 99% they are coming. We're waiting for the confirmation, but the leaders of the community will be there. So that's the gala dinner in a nutshell.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Jackson. That's remarkable. And through the gala, from what you're saying, we'll be able to give the people an overview of the work you've been doing and also tell them what to expect in the near future. And I don't know when you'll be having such a program in South Africa because we are in South Africa. I'm in South Africa.
Well, I think first I'm gonna go to Spain. We're gonna have Dare to Dream, Dare to Fly in Spain, and then we'll Dare to Dream, Dare to Fly in South Africa. We just need to tidy up things because we also work with an organization called Miss Ebony. So last year, sorry, the winner was South African. Our little queen is coming to the village where she no, it's not a village where she was born, but she's going to Durban. So there is 99% that I'm coming with her to Durban. I think we're going to 2 schools. So yeah, but in each country we come, we just want to make sure we are registered first. We make sure we don't replicate what other NGOs are already doing. So we just do a lot of research goes in. We do our due diligence. That's what's happening in South Africa. So we identify the places where there is gaps, so that we we work together. We partner with those who are on the ground. I think that's a good thing, right?
Definitely. Okay, that's a good thing. I mean, that's what we are doing. And having someone like you will be an advantage to further advance the cause. Working in partnership and all of that. So there are a lot of social vices out there. People are going through pain that are not spoken. But with this opportunity, they will be able to see hope being restored, and all of that. To know that there are people who are willing to encourage them to help them bounce back and pursue their dreams, which is exactly what you are doing in your own space. Okay, that's very remarkable. And I'd like us to go to something else now. For example, if you want, like you're talking about countries like Nigeria and all of that, where you are anticipating to actually launch in. And I believe Nigeria will be a big one. If you have not launched into Nigeria, you better do so because you're going to have a lot of fan base in Nigeria and the power will actually explode considering the population in Nigeria, or West Africa in general. So that is that. Now, how will people be able to support you or support your work? People in diaspora, let's assume people in Spain or US, in South Africa, in Nigeria or elsewhere. What is the medium?
Well, so what we look for, as much as we don't mind, we are grateful to receive one-off donations. What we really are looking for is for people to sign up and say, well, every month I am going to give $5, $100, $60. Because can you imagine what we could have done without this kind of sponsorship? So during the COVID, just to give you an example, what happens when you sign up on a monthly basis? It means you keep the work going. You are not just a one-off. You might not be able to go to Malawi, to Zambia, Zimbabwe, or even to Nigeria when we venture into Nigeria, but your money can go for you. Do you understand? That's the thing. And nowadays, technology has made it very easy. We've got Western Union, we've got different outlets, how you can sign up. We can send all our details on how you can donate. But for those who are here in the diaspora in the United Kingdom, not only do we need your money, but we also need your presence. Just your presence being at the gala dinner goes a long way. So we are looking for people who would sign up for our ambassadorship or our membership on a monthly basis. And at least we are also looking for people who want to come with us on the ground at least once a year. Come choose a country and say, well, when you go to Malawi, I want to come with you. But guess what else we're looking for? We are looking for doctors, people in the medical field, because we have a I think I didn't tell you this, but against all odds still standing stands for three things. So we rebuild lives, we restore hope, and we restore dignity. We let people regain their dignity. But we do that through education, social development, which is empowerment. So we train them, we take sewing machines, knitting machines, you name it, we do, including hair doing. And the third one is health. Health is very, very, very crucial. So with the mobile clinic, that's when we are on a mission trip, we are able to see, test the sugar, hospitals, we see with the midwives teach the people. Just to give you an example, in Malawi, we've got Mitundu hospital. We took a mobile clinic there with our personnel who was qualified. Oh my God, the little workshop she had with the midwives helped tremendously. But what did we do as against all odds? We realized the hospital, the maternity ward, because our aim was to want to see that journey of the girl child when she has become pregnant, what happens to her. Our findings was that she dies in the hospital. Why? There are no resources, there was no lighting, there was so many things. But thank God we took solar lights the following year, but we want to expand that. So we are calling people in the medical field, even if you are in Spain, even if you are in South Africa, at least once a year, you can say, well, I'm putting taking my little doctor's bag. I am going to Malawi to make sure that the people don't have sugar levels, to make sure that children know about sexual transmitted diseases. You understand? It's so much work that needs to be done. So yeah, that's in a nutshell. But we want you to sign up and say, I will give $1 every month. I will give 1,000 every month, whatever that looks like for you. To us, that helps.
Okay, thank you. Another thing is, yeah, we looked at the issue of donation, that people can actually donate, and it's easy because you are online. They can reach out to you. Once they type Dr. Fikelepi Jackson, you appeared. I've already done that, and that's where I got some of your information. So they can actually communicate to you through that medium to support the work you're doing. One thing I want to find out from you is this. I know that in the humanitarian activity, we are posed with different challenges in the community. Now, some of these challenges are the challenge of belief system, the traditional way of thinking, and also looking at women differently, trying to do something like what you're doing. We have this picture that it's only men that can do certain things, but then when it is the opposite, in Africa more especially, they find it difficult to accept what you're doing, not because you're not doing a good job, but simply because you're a woman. You see, the society has been patterned in such a way that they tend to believe it's only men who can do certain things. So, but when they see women doing it, it's either other women kick against it, or they don't want to embrace it, or they stand aloof and ask why this woman. I want to know, do you experience this kind of challenges in the community, working as a woman?
I'm so glad you asked that question. Over the 10 years, we have seen things that you like, huh? In this day and age. So one thing about us at Against All Odds Still Standing, we are very humble people. So when we go to a nation or to a community, we are very much aware that there's traditions, there's beliefs, and there's all the things that you've mentioned. Again, I'll give you an example with Malawi. When we went, we realized that the chiefs were very, very influential over these traditions that have operated. For example, the marriage arrangement or and these kinds of things. So women don't have a voice. So how did we deal with that? We went on our knees. We put on the chitenge. They wrap up they gave me my one, wrapped my head, wrapped my chitenge, went on my knees and went, Chief, you are the great one. We thank you for your leadership. But we are just here to say, you see the girls, for them to be better wives, all we are asking is, we are not saying the traditions are right or wrong, but we are asking, can she go to school? So what I'm trying to say, Cleveland TV and the world at large, we are not going in the communities to judge them. Believe me, you inside me, I'm dying. I'm thinking, how could you? You understand? So the voice, we just try and do our work very gracefully with respect. Yes, we still face people who think, well, she's a woman. How can she do ABC? But believe me, after a while, when they see the results, they come back. I want to end with this story. We have a chief called Chief Kachinda Moto in Malawi. She has dismantled marriages, early marriages, and freed these girls so they can go back to school. It is that area where we are having the school built. So please, when we come to your community, we're not coming to judge you. Please, women also have a role to play. And against all odds, we do our best to do that. That doesn't mean the chief is not now important or the leaders. And we try not to be political as well. Please, let's celebrate humanity. Both the man and the woman is very important in the eyes of the maker.
Exactly. Okay, thank you, Doctor. It's been very expressive. I'm so impressed with your posture and what you're doing with the community and your view, your understanding, very important. And also coming from the Christian background, also, I think is a plus because I believe that Christianity actually expresses more of rights, human rights, civility than any other. So that's another advantage. Okay, at this point, I would like us, before we come back, we're wrapping up this interview. So at this point, I would like us to go for go for a break. We'll come back. Then we'll be wrapping up your views and your advice to the community out there. So viewers is still Speak Out on Cleveland TV in diaspora, and our business here still remains the same. We are identifying Africans who are very influential, who have become role models for all of us, and trying to toe their part and also celebrate what they are doing, their achievements. That is what we do here. And now we have to go and break, and when we return, we'll continue the discussion.
Hello there. Looking for an African movie? Search no further. Cleveland African Movies TV is here for you. We are dedicated to the acceleration of African films, TV series, documentaries, and lots more. Explore our movies at home or on the go. Cleveland Movies is free to watch on cleveland.com. Don't miss this opportunity. Hurry now. Sign up and subscribe today.
Okay, viewers, you're welcome back. My name is AJ. I'm your anchor to this program. We still Speak Out with AJ on Cleveland TV in diaspora. And this afternoon, we have a very important guest by name Dr. Fikelepi Jackson, a humanitarian activist who is in the field. She's also an evangelist preaching the gospel across the globe. Okay, you're welcome back, Mama Fikelepi Jackson. You're welcome back. I'm impressed with your work. And at this point, I would like you to encourage people who are going through trauma, going through pain as a result of, or trauma as a result of pain, who have lost hope, who are beaten, battered, shattered. What are you going to tell such people, that especially women and young children who have no hope of survival?
Yeah, well, thank you so much for this opportunity. It's a privilege for me to speak to that person who's going through a season of pain. Before I venture into that, our organization, Against All Odds, Still Standing, is based on Isaiah 61 for those who are Christians. The second thing is that the book, Against All Odds, I Survived, is actually legally surrendered to the charity. So when people are purchasing it, all the proceeds go to the charity. The reason why I'm mentioning the book is because the book carries a message of hope, a message of restoration, a message of forgiveness. You know, because when people come out of traumas, there is a lot of bitterness in there. At least I had a lot of bitterness. I was angry with the men upstairs. I was angry with everyone who rejected me. So I can relate to all those things. But now, as we approach Mother's Day tomorrow, it's a hunky-dory in most households. People will be there taking out their mothers, but we have mothers who are separated from their children as a result of these things we are discussing. I want to speak to our community. Please, 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 get this situation very, very real in your lives and begin to realize that there is pain out there. We are not here to judge anyone, but we are saying love does not hurt. To those who are hurting, don't hurt alone. You will die in that situation. There is help available. And Against All Odds Still Standing, our criteria is men and women who are going through these kinds of things. Reach out to us and we'll point you in the right direction. It doesn't matter which country you are from. I've just come from the United Nations. I was so impressed to see the whole world uniting and speaking about the issues. I realized that the woman in Indonesia and the woman in South Africa and the woman in England going through the domestic violence, the pain is the same. So all these demarcations, we are better than them. They are none of that. Humanity. My grandmother taught me about Ubuntu. If all of us can embrace that word, Ubuntu, it means I am because you are. So if I am because you are, do I have permission to hurt you? When I'm hurting you, I'm hurting myself. So can you see now, this picture is not good. Love does not hurt. It's a high time the community came together. It's high time we maybe reviewed some of the traditions and the way how we do things. My last appeal is to the young people. May we teach our young boys, especially young men, young boys. Let us really draw the bloodline in this and accept as a generation that, guys, we let you down. We have realized that violence and hurting each other is not the way to go. There is another way. We sit down, we dialogue, we talk about these situations, even if it means that we cannot live with each other anymore. But at least let's part alive. Let's say goodbyes. Ubuntu teaches you to be able to say, well, we had a misunderstanding. We cannot continue, but I'm saying goodbye to you. May you be blessed. May you receive peace. So can we embrace Ubuntu? Ubuntu will keep us together. I know Nelson Mandela said this countless times about Ubuntu, what it actually means. Love does not hurt. Let's celebrate mothers tomorrow, but let's remember that the hurting mothers, let's remember the hurting children, because as a result of the hurting mothers, some mothers have then rejected their children, or they've taken the pain that was caused on them onto the children. So those are my last remarks. let's come together as a community. Let's talk about it as well. Let's not carpet it anymore. We are grown enough to say we made mistakes, so the generation coming can have an opportunity to thrive in a better world.
That's explicit. Thank you, Dr. Pikilepi Jackson. It's been a wonderful time having you here. I'm so impressed with the work you're doing, and I would like to encourage our audience out there to actually patronize your activities out there, to support you, to partner with you, to be able to reach out to more people in the community. This is what we are here for. Speak Out actually is a kind of social advocacy platform where we reach out, we voice out on the social ills, and also find a way to address these critical issues that are affecting every aspect of women, which is actually what you're doing. And we are so impressed having you. Thank you for your time. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
You're most welcome. So viewers, it's been Speak Out with AJ on Cleveland TV in diaspora. Our business remains to highlight Africans who are doing something, who are living the dreams that we want to see. If you're one of those people, reach out to us. We're going to profile and present your work on this very platform for the world to see. And that's what it is, and that's our business on this platform. And I hope you've enjoyed this conversation. It's on Fita Conversation on Cleveland TV in Diaspora. My name is AJ Over, your anchor to this program, and we've enjoyed a wonderful conversation with Mama Dr. Fikelepi Jackson. Thank you, Mama. So we look forward to having you on this platform, not too far from now, to see how you're feeling.
Well, I can't wait. I wish that Cleveland TV would be live. Sorry, I'm sneezing. Would be live at the gala dinner, but I guess distance makes it difficult to do that. Thank you.
You're most welcome. So for viewers, for now, it is bye-bye for now until we catch up next time. Make sure you subscribe by going to claimnet.com so that you have access to this very clip. Thank you and bye-bye for now. See you next time.